Hello. And how is everyone doing this evening? I hope you're doing okay. Right. Let's see. Steve McQuay, manager, always first. Right. Just give me 1 second. I've been all over the place. I've not been able to settle. Just give me 1 second. Okay, guys. Right. How's everyone doing this evening? Thank you for joining. We're going to be talking about a very, very sensitive topic, this one. So, yes, very sensitive. But it is a conversation that needs to be had. A lot of antisemitism taking place. I didn't understand how much of a problem this was until very recently. Gosh, this thing is like in my face. Oh, that's better. No. Was Hello, Kiko Lanzik. Wasn't Jesus a Jew? According to fairy tales, he was probably even circumcised. Interesting. And we will get into this conversation. And guys, I would like for you all to add to this conversation. I would like for you all to join in this conversation, because I don't, if you see, hey Phil.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. S, before you continue, you need to adjust the resolution on your camera in StreamYard because it's coming through slightly blurred.
All right, okay, let me have a look.
Yeah, it might not be on 720.
It is on 720.
It is? I
It
don't know why
might
it
just
could
be,
be the focus.
there we go.
Yeah,
It was the focus.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was the focus.
hmm
Well,
Yeah, that's a
thanks
lot
for,
better.
yes.
I forgot to tell you that. Yes, the on the other show
That's
it
why.
was
That's
doing
why
it.
I need. That's why I need my Barbadian tech support
Yeah.
helping out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How's your day been, Phil?
Relaxing,
Mm-hmm.
enjoyable. Yeah, I just came from Neil's 604 after party.
Oh,
Yeah, he started a bit
this
earlier.
time of the day?
Yeah, he had Chrissy on from UK.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I only happened to see it when voice waiting.
Oh, never
This
mind.
to him, but yeah, it's a lot after, but yeah. hmm
Okay,
hmm
right.
So what do
First
we
things
have?
first. Was Jesus an anti-Semite?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's a question. It's a
Uh-huh.
question.
Yeah.
Now, before we do anything, I'm going to put a disclaimer out, because we're going to talk about a very sensitive subject. Um, and so we definitely need to put this disclaimer, and that is we are asking a question.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to ask questions of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Before the stream, I had a chat with some Jews on Clubhouse. I asked them,
Mm-hmm.
was Jesus an anti Semite?
Mm-hmm.
One answered and said, Jesus could not have been anti Semite because he was a Jew.
Mm-hmm.
Another said, yes, indeed, he was.
Mm-hmm.
So, two differing opinions from Jews.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, okay, let's do something. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
into the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
What better way than to quote Jesus's words? So all we're doing here is we're going to be looking at Jesus's claims and Jesus's words and adding our own 2 cents. We're
Mm-hmm.
not pulling this out of thin air.
Correct. Correct.
We want to look at Jesus's attitude towards the Jews,
Or
even though
the claims made by the people who wrote the gospels
right, the
about
people who
Jesus,
wrote the
how,
Gospels.
yeah, but it might vary among the gospels. So
Hmm.
we will see. We will see.
Okay, so what we're going to do, first things first, is we're going to look at what is anti-Semitism. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yep.
got a really good website here which I'm going to share. How's everyone doing? Hey, Robin D. Phillips, Kiko Lanzik, Steve McRae is always first. You know, he's always first.
Yep.
Infidels. Hey, look out for number one. Hey,
Mm.
Oscar. Hey,
Hi.
Giza. Hey, the Giza. The London Giza. The London Boyaka Giza. that's how that's how the Londoners speak. He's the Giza.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus's words were from other writers. It is no. Look out for number one. For the purpose of this stream,
You're going to
we're
assume.
gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna
Mm.
assume they were truly Jesus's words. Okay,
Yep.
so right. So and guys, we do not promote anti-Semitism. We do
Yep.
not stand for that shit around here.
Yep.
We do not stand for it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people be very hateful because
Uh,
of anti-Semitism, and
Holocaust dinners.
oh, and the worst part is when people start saying God this and God that. God is going to get his people together. Today I was listening to a conversation on Clubhouse.
Mhm.
God is going to separate people. He's going to separate the
Oh
chaff
yeah.
from the
Mm-hmm.
wheat.
My goodness.
What's wrong with people? Can they not see that their religion is causing them to be anti-Semite? Can they?
Yeah.
Anyway, let me slow down. Okay, so anti-Semitism. Um,
Hmm.
right, I'm going to increase this. Okay, so anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as hatred towards Jews,
Mm-hmm.
rhetorical, and physical manifestations of antisemitism are directed towards Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and or their property, toward the Jewish community, institutions, and religious facilities, right? The manifestations of anti-Semitism might include the targeting of the state of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
conceived as a Jewish collectivity. However, where's what's the phone making all that noise now? Oh my god. I need to find it. Where is it? Ah,
Mm,
it's gonna make noise all the while, but never mind, I'll turn it down in a
okay.
minute. Phil, oh, you want to read this while I,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I can
find
read
this
it.
phone because I don't want it
Right.
buzzing while I'm.
So, right, manifestations might include the targeting of the state of Israel conceived as a Jewish collective. However, criticism of Israel similar to that level against any other country cannot be regarded as anti-Semitic. Um, Anti-Semitism frequently charges Jews with conspiring to harm humanity, and it is often used to blame Jews for why things go wrong. It is expressed in speech, writing, visual forms, and action, and employs sinister stereotypes and negative character traits. Contemporary examples of anti Semitism in public life, the media, schools, the workplace, and in the religious sphere could, taken into account the overall context, include but are not limited to calling for aiding, aiding, or justifying the killing of or harming of Jews in the name of a radical ideology, or I am not seeing the systematic view of religion.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. Right, an extremist view of religion. Okay. Yeah. Making mendacious, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as a collective, such as,
Hmm.
especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy, or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions. Accusing Jews as a people of being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing committed by a single Jewish person or group, or even for acts committed by non Jews. Denying the fact, scope, mechanisms, for example, gas chamber, or intentionality of the genocide of the Jewish people at the hands of National Socialist Germany and its supporters and accomplices during World War II, the Holocaust, as they say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So finished? Done? Okay.
Bottom. Oh,
Right.
accused. Yeah,
Accusing.
go.
There we go.
Mhm.
Accusing the Jew as a people or Israel as a state of inventing or exaggerating the Holocaust, which you just mentioned, right?
Yep. Yep.
So anyone who is a Holocaust denier
Mm-hmm.
could be considered anti-Semite.
Yep.
Now, this conversation, what we're having, all of this, most of this is new to me. These are
Mm.
conversations since the Kanye West and Kyrie.
Yeah.
I'm like, what on earth is happening with the world?
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of things, I'm like, all this time, this was anti-Semitism, but no one was saying anything. So anyway, let's just carry on with this. Um, Accusing Jewish citizens of being more loyal to Israel or to the alleged priorities of Jews worldwide than to the interests of their own nations. Denying the Jewish people their right to self determinations, example, by claiming that the existence of a state of Israel is a racist endeavor, applying double standard by requiring of it a behavior not expected or demanded of any other democratic nation, using the symbols and images associated with classic antisemitism. Example, claims of Jews killing Jesus, or blood libel to characterize Israel or Israelis. Now,
Mm.
I'm gonna stop here for a second. Phil,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
when you were a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
did you ever hear the sentiment that the Jews killed Jesus?
Yeah.
Were you? Did you ever hear that?
I heard that, but I heard it I heard it because then the verse that they use is one where the Jews crucify him and they choose Barabbas. But then I also heard that we crucified Jesus. Our sins crucified Jesus.
That who? Yes.
That
There
our
were
sins
even song.
crucified Jesus.
There was a song that we used to sing. Let me see if I can remember that song. Uh, it was something along the lines of, "It was me. I crucified
Yeah,
Jesus."
yeah.
Something along those lines. I don't
Those
remember the
lines,
song.
yeah. I
Um,
know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the song either.
Something about, it was I who did it. I crucified him.
Yeah,
I nailed him to the cross.
cross,
I
yeah.
um I nailed him to the cross. It was me. Something. Oh, I forgot the
Ah,
song.
it will come back.
And when they used to sing that song, I used to wonder, hang on, people. I didn't nail
How
Jesus to no
this is
cross,
cross, correct.
but I would sing it anyway because we just used to sing along,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Yeah,
now I can challenge that.
yeah,
I can challenge it now. I couldn't challenge it before, but now I can challenge. When I was growing up in my Christian doctrine, in my Christian church, we were taught that the Jews killed Jesus. Even as a
yeah,
youngster, I
yeah.
grew up just
Mm-hmm.
believing that the
Yes,
Jews killed
to
Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah,
So,
because they
hey,
denied.
Fadi, get walk, hello. Says hello from a fellow Abe. The
Aye.
character Jesus could not have been anti-Semist. Right. He was brought up as a Jew and to love them. So it is impossible to be that against them. And this was exactly, I had this conversation a few days ago with some
Mm-hmm.
Jews on Clubhouse. And one Jew said Jesus could not have been anti Semite. Another one said he may, but they were specific. They said some of his views may be classified, but they didn't categorically say indeed he was. Okay, they were careful, they're really choosing those words very carefully, and I can understand that. But we
Mm.
want to look, it's the Bible, we'll look at the claims of the Bible.
Yeah,
Anti-Semitism, Fadi says, anti-Semitism is tricked to protect organized religion and religious state of Israel. The law is wrong and racist. Why there is no law for anti-Hamitic? Because Ham was atheist. Don't think I
cause
understand
harm
that.
to
Look,
auntie.
I think in a way, I think I kind of understand what you're trying to
What
say.
you say, yeah.
And this is
But
where we can be anti any nation. We can be
yeah,
anti any race. We can be anti any ethnicity.
yeah,
We can be anti just about anything.
but
It's about recognizing this
yeah,
and
because,
looking at what is behind this hate,
mm-hmm,
right? So
mm-hmm,
you're talking about the law is wrong and
and
racist, anti-Hamitic, right? That's a conversation for another day, which we need to have,
yeah,
right? But for
mm-hmm,
now, because of this whole anti-Semitism
Mm-hmm.
conversation going on. That's why we decided let's, talk about this from the claims of the
Mm-hmm.
Bible. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Jewish didn't kill him. That was the Romans. Hmm. The Jewish leaders
Mm.
and priests were the ones that convicted Jesus and brought him to the Romans for sentencing. Fadi says, start from Noah, Sam, and Ham to know the real story before the Christians and the Jews. Okay,
Mm.
interesting. This is how racism began. Hmm. You find out new things every day. You learn. Sometimes the truth is right there in front of you. It's right there,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't see it because you're not looking. You're not until something happens, and then these conversations need to be had.
Yeah.
So, Fadi, listen, I'm open to
You can
listening to and understanding what
and
what
from that,
you're saying.
yeah, from that
Very
perspective.
important. It's good to we can't just have uh um a skewed collection of history.
It's really,
You
yeah,
need to have the full
picture
picture. You find out that a lot of people that hate is because they have a very skewed,
skewed.
biased
Mm-hmm.
recollection of history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you see the full picture, then you realize, this isn't exactly as is
Yeah.
being put out there. Okay, let's right. Let's go look at something here.
Did you know that the founder of Christianity was actually Jewish? You've probably seen the paintings of Jesus with flowing golden hair or watched the movies with an Anglo Saxon cast as the Son of God. Well,
Mm.
sorry to break it to you, but this isn't the Jesus of the Bible. It's actually a Jesus straight out of Norway. The Bible's Jesus was a Jew living in first century Palestine in what we
Mm,
call
mm,
the Middle
mm,
East, which means he would have gone to temple, read and memorized the Torah,
mm,
and cited the Shema.
mm.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. Reclaiming the Jewishness of Jesus is crucial because understanding his social and cultural context is crucial to understanding the love of God. Get the rest of the story at BibleGateway.com.
Okay, the Jesus the Christians think they know
Mm.
is not, in fact, the Jesus that is
That
being
is,
characterized in their books. They've
is the
got a
white.
very twisted version of Jesus. Whatever that is that they have. When I was growing up, we had the image of this
The white.
white, blonde hair, blue eyed
Mm-hmm.
person, hands out there, like, calling you to come to me, come to me, come to me. You know those images, right, Phil?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
precious
Yeah.
images that make him look so angelic,
So trying to,
like
yeah.
like butter won't melt in his mouth.
Yeah.
Those kind of images.
Images. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go look at the claims of Jesus in order
Mm-hmm.
to answer the question. How about that?
Yeah.
And we will be looking at John chapter 8. John chapter 8. This is Jesus' words, not my words, not Phil's words, not Steve McRae manager's words, not look up
Right.
for number ones, not Fadi's, but Jesus's. Right, here we go. Right, so this is John chapter 8.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
NIV. Ah, right. So Phil, or should we do sometimes on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube they have Bible where the Bible is read out. Oh well, let's
Oh,
see. John chapter 8.
let's see.
Yeah, the Holy Bible.
This
Right. Let's see.
page.
Audio. King James Version audio. Should we do that?
Yeah, yeah, because
Actually,
I think
no,
you
no,
only
no. We
find
we want
our
let's
NIV.
do this one. No, let's do this one instead. Okay. So Phil, ready?
Yeah.
Right, this is Jesus's words now, okay?
Mhm.
Well, some of Jesus's
That
words. Okay. But Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. At dawn, he appeared again in the temple courts where all the people
mm-hmm.
gathered around him, and he sat down to teach them. So, this was at the start of Jesus's ministry, right, Phil? Am I right?
Yeah, I think it was.
At the start?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, he was teaching them. I wonder what he was teaching them.
Well,
Okay, so he was teaching them, and the teachers of the law.
as the
So,
scribes.
along comes this man. He's now teaching people, and now the ones who've been teaching for years come to listen to what's being taught by this person called Jesus. His name wasn't even Jesus, whatever his name was.
Joshua.
Right. So the teachers of the law and the Pharisees, they brought a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women." Because don't forget, Jesus lived according to this law.
Right.
Right, Phil?
Supposed to. Mm-hmm.
Jesus was subject to this law
This law.
that they were
Mm-hmm.
quoting from.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah. Right.
So
And I.
Jesus was supposed to be living by the dictates of this
It's,
law.
yeah.
You're going to say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And I was going to say that Christians, that's one thing that when I was a Christian that had me a bit confused, because Christians will say, "Oh, Jesus came and changed the law," but then they will say his death and resurrection made it possible not to have to follow the law anymore. But there's things here, like in John here, where Jesus made certain statements that kind of contradicted the
Hmm,
law that
hmm,
were
hmm,
being
hmm,
given.
hmm.
So I was like, but how is it? How is it that Jesus was not crucified and buried and raised again at this point? So then he should have been following the law, you know. So yeah. So we'll see what happens here, what Jesus says.
Okay.
hmm
Hmm.
So you want me to read?
No, 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 I read.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just in a different window, that's all.
Oh, okay.
So the woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say? They were
Mm.
using this question as a trap in order to have a
Mm-hmm.
basis for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "Let any of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." Again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who heard began to go away one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, with the woman still standing there. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, Where are they? Has no one condemned you? No, sir, she said. Then neither do I condemn you, Jesus declared. Go now and live your life and live your life of sin. Right. Verse 12.
Mm.
When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. Now, let me finish it. But will have the light of life. Phil, can you imagine being here in this crowd, right? It's just like you, Phil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You coming to tell all of us, I am the light of this world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Who are you? That's what I would be asking. Phil, what happened to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
A man walking among us is coming to
Yes.
tell us that he
And
is the
that's
light. Eh?
especially when they know that the scriptures,
They know
the
his
Hebrew
father, they know his
scriptures,
mother. His father
and
is a carpenter.
carpenter, yeah. And on top of that, they know his scriptures. They said, God said, thou
Exactly.
shalt have no other God before me, and he's the Almighty and only one. There's none other. So, how could the man come now and say this? That's contradicting the Jewish scriptures. But yeah, remember the writers of the Gospels make it, especially John, make it look as if they were wrong, but God gave them the Hebrew scriptures. Hmm. So who really should they have believed? Jesus? Or should they believe their holy scriptures?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, I noticed. Hey, agnostic pagan mom. Jesus was pagan too. Apartheid is not biblical. The Afro-humanist. You have a white nationalist neo-Nazi in chat. Do we now? Ah, are you talking about Fadi? Is it?
Hmm.
Okay. Not sure I understand what you mean by
Yeah.
that. I'll let you explain. Not sure I understand
No.
what that's
Name
about.
Paddy.
Okay, let's carry on. We'll we'll see what that's all about. Okay,
Yeah.
when Jesus spoke to the people, he said, I'm the light. Okay, I've read that. The Pharisees challenged him. Here you are, appearing as your own witness. Your testimony is not valid. There's nothing wrong in the statement made by the Pharisees. How can you come and tell people that I am this, I am that, I am that? Where is the proof? You can't be the one claiming without any evidence. Basically, they were trying to say to him, where is the evidence for your claims? There was none. He was just making claims. That's that Jesus person,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus answered, even if I testify on my own behalf, my testimony is valid. So basically, believe me
Me. Yeah.
without any evidence, without it,
Evidence.
just
Mm.
believe me.
For no.
Listen to this. He says, for I know where I came from and where
And
I am
where I am
going.
going. So that's why you believe someone because they claim they know where they're coming from, where they came from, and where they're going. I can make that claim. I could say, I know I came from the flying space monkeys, and they
Yes,
are
and where
coming
we
back to
Phil?
get me to go back.
And I'm coming with you, Phil. Can we go
Thank you.
together?
Yes, yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This man is being asked for evidence for his claims, and he's here saying, whether I testify on my behalf or not, my testimony is valid. So has everyone who's gone to court and testified on their behalf. Look at that very popular case that just happened in America just recently. What's that guy's name? the one that killed people. He testified on his own behalf. He was his own
All right. Yeah. Defense.
counsel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, was he found guilty.
Yep.
So his testimony was not valid.
Yep. Not valid.
Okay. He
Oh
says, boy,
gosh.
okay, no, verse 15 now. This is Jesus's words. I think that what we should have done is to get the red letter.
Oh, I don't know if is there a red letter online?
This is red letter because this is Jesus speaking.
Yeah, no, but I mean literally red letter online. I
Hang on,
don't
let
know
me
if
see if I can find. Do
Bible
they have
Gateway
red?
has a red letter.
Let me
Let
find
me
red
see.
letter Bible because
Let me see.
I don't want
That's,
Christians coming and saying, "Maybe that's not Jesus. Jesus didn't say that."
let me see if there's a red letter version in here.
Red letter edition. Let's see. Red letter Bible online. Let's see. Right.
You found it? Good.
I think so. No, but I wanted a different. This one is King James version. I don't like King James.
Yeah, I think they're going to be only King James version and red letter.
Of red.
Yeah, I suspect that it's going to be the case. Let me see.
Display Jesus's words in the color red. Eesh, yes. Update your preference.
Oh, okay.
Your preference has been updated. Okay.
Ah,
So how do I now
okay.
go
And Bible
to?
Gateway.
Yes, Bible Gateway. So how do I
Okay,
now
so
go to? Wait, hang on. How do I
you
now
you
go
have to
to
refresh the
John?
page.
Yeah, I'll do that. John chapter 8. I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not coming up.
It's not.
I don't see anything. No.
Wait, wait, wait. Where was the preference?
I said it's been updated. Hang on, let's go. Let me just check. Preference. Your preference. You must have cookies enabled for the preference to work.
Oh.
You must have cookies enabled.
Yeah.
No personal information is stored in the cookie. Okay, you
Right.
know what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's just carry on.
Yeah.
Okay. At least when you see the start of, you see verse 14 says Jesus answered. So you can see that this is Jesus's words, right?
Yeah.
So okay, let's see. Okay, so here's Jesus saying, "But you judge by human standards. I pass judgment on no one. But if I do judge, my decisions are true because I am not alone. I stand with the Father who sent me. In your law, it is written." Listen, he says, in your law. He's telling these people, in your law. Hang on, Mr. Jesus, who is also God. I thought that was your law, God, Jesus. Now you're telling the people that it is their law.
Yeah.
Because now you're listening to your Father. And so now
That's
it's now
contradiction.
their law. But before you, Jesus, showed up, this is what they considered as
Right.
your daddy gave them this law. Am I right or am I wrong, Phil?
Yeah, you're right.
Is this not the law that was given by God in the to Moses in the burning bush?
Yep.
So how is it now Jesus is saying it's their law?
You see, that's why I told you he's contradicting the issue. But then in another part, but I don't think it was John, where he says Jesus said he came not to destroy the law and prophets, but to fulfill. So I don't know if it's another, I can't remember if it's a synoptic gospel that says that, But John clearly, yeah, you can see, because remember this, St. John is not a synoptic gospel. The synoptic gospels are Matthew, Mark, Luke. And of
Okay.
course, they believe that Matthew and Luke copied from Mark. So you see
Mm-hmm.
some similarities. But John, you see a complete something different. And
Different.
John, yeah, John was written on the last Gospels. Most scholars say it was written around the 90 AD, 90, 85 to 90
So you're saying that
the
John is a later gospel.
later. Yeah, that's not
Okay.
based, seems on the other, on Mark or any others.
Right. Okay, I'm not sure
Mhm.
exactly what was happening in the chat. Fadi usually comes here, and Fadi never had a
No, I
problem with
don't.
Fadi.
No, I think they misunderstood because Fadi's English is second language, but I think I understand what Fadi
Is trying
was
to say.
saying. He with the apartheid, I think he is saying that the apartheid was based on that concept
Of
that
race.
Ham was cursed and it was
Okay.
black. Yes, and that is true because that is what they said. Their reason they give for having the apartheid. The white persons who carried out apartheid in South Africa, and
So
there is a
Fadi was
belief.
right,
But
huh?
yeah, I don't
Okay.
think Fadi is saying that that is actually true. I mean, in terms
Right.
of that is something that's true. He's saying that these people base apartheid on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I'm
And
correct,
Fadi,
Fadi
no,
does believe
Fadi
that
says
in the
yes.
intent.
Yes, thank you. So I don't think that might have just been a misunderstanding.
A
Because
misunderstanding. It's a
Fadi,
misunderstanding.
yeah. And here we're opening. We're open to learning.
Yeah,
I would never sit here and tell you I know it all. There might be things that I don't even know myself, right?
yeah.
And you will help me understand. So it's having
Mm-hmm.
these conversations and having a space to have opposing views.
Yeah,
I can't come here and dictate to Fadi what he must think and what he must do and what he must believe. Neither can I say to agnostic pagan mom what she must say, what she must do, what she must type, you know. So anyway, we'll
yeah.
carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Fadi?
Yeah.
Okay. So back to
Anything else
Jesus
I
now.
need to think about?
Okay, Jesus says, but if here, no, verse 17. In your own law, it is written that the testimony of two witnesses is true. I am one who testifies for myself. My other witness is the Father who sent me. Phil, don't laugh. Phil,
No,
don't laugh.
when I read that before, right?
You
I was
did?
before this stream, I was
Yes,
looking at these verses, and I
yes.
just had to laugh to myself when I saw that.
Jesus
And
is
you,
basically saying, sod whatever you have in your law, right?
yeah,
Your law says you need two
he,
witnesses.
he,
The guy is
yeah,
saying, I am my only witness.
maybe it's yeah, and that
My
his father who
imaginary,
you have
my
not seen.
imaginary daddy. Yeah,
Hmm.
he's the other witness.
Yeah. So
Huh?
there's it. There's it. Look, um, I know the butler killed the maid because I testifying for myself. And my flying space monkeys, who you cannot see and have not known,
Yes.
is my other witness. It's so ridiculous that that will not stand in court.
Of course not.
It will
And it
not.
shouldn't.
And Christians will use this and say, "You see, Jesus did the
Jesus
claim, and
said this.
he said, really, that will not stand up in court." And
this
I don't understand how some lawyers, because I've seen a lawyer who claim, "Oh, the Bible is fits law very good," or
yeah.
and it's like, really? how you come? You clearly are not a good lawyer
Hmm.
because these things that you read will never stand up in court. That's not testimony, and that's
That's
not
not testimony.
no.
It's just like saying, Phil, just like you now, Phil, I make a claim. I come here and I tell you that, Phil, uh, Elon Musk is my husband. I
Yeah.
married Elon Musk yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And you ask me for proof.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell you that
Yeah.
my daddy in the sky will give you
Mm-hmm.
proof.
Yeah. And I
Huh?
am the proof. And you will say, oh, I am the proof, and my daddy in the sky.
No, my words are my proof.
Oh yeah, your words are your proof. And your
And
daddy
then
in
my
the sky.
daddy up in the sky, he will back me up.
Yeah.
Phil, how did we get sucked into this religion once upon a time?
I think because we grew up believing in terms of our parents telling us, and as children, you believe whatever your parents told you, and then some people are more prone
Yeah,
to believe
primed.
than
That's the word.
others until you
Yeah.
start realizing certain things. I mean, I'm sorry I did not say give it the middle finger earlier, but
Yes, yes.
gosh,
Yes, Phil.
yeah.
Hmm.
And then it's oh blasphemy! What the Lord
You're
is strike you
blaspheming.
down. Yeah, and the Lord is strike you down. Be careful what you
Let,
say.
let
The
him
Lord,
let him go ahead
I
and do so.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Go
But he
ahead.
never did it before.
Go
Never
ahead and
has
do
done
so.
it. Never helped no one. So
You need to go ahead and do it because at some point people need to understand that if
yeah.
you're teaching a message that if you get it wrong, you're going to hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Yeah.
so many contradicting things. There's so many things that don't make sense. So why don't we have the right to question? Why don't we have the right to pull apart these claims made by the book? We have every right to. It's like God giving you a brain and telling you don't use it. He gives you your private parts and tell you don't
Oh
use it.
yeah.
You're not allowed to have
Yeah.
sex.
Lean
He
not
gives
onto
you
your
your
own
your he gives you
understanding.
your mind and tells you you dumb your
Don't
mind down.
yeah.
Thou shalt not think. There's that scripture that says
Lean not
uh
on your
lead
own
yes.
understanding.
How does it start again?
And,
Trust in the
and
Lord
Lord, yes.
with all
All
your heart
your heart. And
and
lean not
lean not on your own. That is
on
your
understanding.
understanding will fuck you up.
Yeah. But get a bread to say. But that
Your understanding will fuck you up big
but
time.
but 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 it's a contradiction, us, because remember the tree of knowledge and good and evil. So when Adam and Eve ate the tree of knowledge and their eyes were open.
Open. Oh my god.
So they were now on their understanding. So their understanding was correct. They now know the difference between good and evil. So you come back and say don't lean on your understanding. Oh gosh.
But your own understanding is telling you the truth. The one who's
Yep.
telling you lean not on your own understanding, he's lying to you.
Yep.
Oh no, not lying. Let me take that back. He is deliberately hiding
Please.
stuff from you. He's
Yet it's
hiding
still
his
lying.
knowledge from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I tell you,
Hey,
it's
Atheismo. Gosh,
uh,
guys,
or
how
or
did this,
Proverbs 3:5. Yeah.
how did we do this once upon
I
a
don't know.
time?
I don't know.
All right,
But
let's
it's the
let's
fear, the
carry
fear
on.
of hell, the fear of hell.
Okay,
You went
okay,
to doubt. Mhm.
okay. Right. I am the one who testifies for myself. Okay, look, read that. Then they
Then they
asked him,
asked him,
where is your father? At least I
yeah,
love these
I but
guys. These people questioning
yeah,
Jesus. I love these people. They're
yeah,
asking the
yeah.
right questions.
Questions, correct.
You just made a claim that your father, this. Okay, where's your father? Was they know his father, the
Yeah,
carpenter.
yeah.
They know his father, Joseph, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these people know that it can't be Joseph he's talking about.
But yeah,
That's why they're asking. So who is this father,
Father from
you
the
keep
Father you
talking
keep
about?
talking about. Yeah.
All right, let's hear what
Ah,
Jesus answers. Jesus
oh
says,
my
"You do not
gosh.
know me, or my Father." Jesus replied, "If you knew me, you would know my Father also." What a dumb answer. Phil,
Mm-hmm.
Phil,
Mm-hmm.
ask me the question. Who is my? Ask me,
Well, who was your father? Who was
Phil.
your father? S. Yes.
You don't know me or my Father.
Oh.
If you knew me,
Oh.
you would know my Father. Did that answer the
Oh.
question, Phil?
No. You can know somebody, but you don't know the father. Because
But if you know
sometimes
the
even the
Father, you know.
person
If you
themselves,
know them, you know the, what. What are we doing here?
what?
What is
You
Jesus?
know?
This is. Did you know Jesus is playing games right now? Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jesus is just playing games with these people. Look at this. Anyway, let's carry on. He spoke these words while teaching in the temple courts near the place where the offerings were put. Yet no one seized him. Why should they seize him?
You know?
I mean, yes, no one seized him
Mhm.
because his hour had not yet come.
Come.
Huh? For simply asking an
And
question and answer,
answer.
a dialogue with people,
Yeah.
conversation. Now they want to seize him because hour hasn't come.
Come.
Now, when I read this now, Phil, when I read this now, look at this passage here, what we're reading in front of us now.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that this right here is someone trying to paint a picture of something
Yes.
that wasn't even
The van.
happening.
Yes. Happening. Mm-hmm.
Two different persons are having a
Yeah.
back and forth. Now, someone comes along
But,
and tries to put a spin on the
yes.
conversation between Jesus and those people.
And even when I was reading this, I said, and I really look, I said, like, this is like somebody just trying to make these people look bad, to promote their concept of Jesus,
Mm,
to
yes,
promote
yes.
this idea of a Jesus. Hmm.
And don't forget, guys, once again, I'm going to put the disclaimer out there. We're asking questions. We want to know.
Yeah.
Anti Semitism. A lot of the people that I've heard recently who are anti Semite seem to be getting a lot of their ideas from the Bible.
Yeah.
So we are right in asking these questions of the Bible. If the Bible is capable of making people interpret that they have the right to be anti Semitic, then we've got to question that book. We've got to really, you know, take apart the claims. And who better to take apart their claims but Jesus, who is also God Himself? Right,
Yeah.
Phil?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's carry on.
Mm.
So, me and Phil, we want to know.
No. Yeah. I would love to
Okay,
know.
so words. While teaching in the temples, okay, his hour hadn't come. Dispute over who Jesus is. Right, here we go, guys.
Yeah.
Once more, Jesus said to them, I am going away, and you will look for me, and you will die in your sin. Where I go, you cannot come. Phil,
Really.
for me, it's the audacity.
Yeah.
For me, it's the audacity that you look at your fellow kingsmen,
Man. Yeah.
you look at your fellow people, and you say to them, I'm going away. You will look for me. You will die in your sin. That place I'm going, you cannot come with me.
You can't come with me.
It's the audacity of Jesus.
Yep. Yep.
I would be insulted if someone said, I mean,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And then they want to say
okay,
that this
okay.
Jesus is forgiving.
So the problem is not anti-Semitism. The the problem is the curse of Ham and how this curse was used in racism and colonialism. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
this is one very heavy subject. It just has so many
Facet.
facets to it. It's very disheartening. Phil, are we sure we want to continue this?
Mm-hmm. Let's
Hmm?
continue. Got to expose and get the question out there to get people to think.
That's it. That's the whole idea to get people to
Get
think,
people to
and
think.
also so now
Yep.
you see what Fadi is bringing up here. Now, when I'm done with this stream, I'm going to go back and go and look at this claim
Mm-hmm.
about the curse of Ham. How far back does this curse of Ham go? I'm interested. I
Goes.
need to know.
Mm.
Just give me one quick second. Let me
Yep.
put a reminder on my phone. When I come away from
Yep.
here, I
We
want
check and
to,
see how far back. Yeah, that
yes,
claim.
and
Yeah.
we will come back and we will talk
Yep.
about the curse of Ham.
Ham. Yep.
That's why we're here. We need to
Mm-hmm.
have these conversations.
Since.
Enough of people telling us what to think.
Yep.
We can do the research, and internet is beautiful. You can just type
Mm-hmm.
anything. Google will give you the answers you need. I know they say don't trust Google, but hey, that's
Once
why
you got the good
when you
sites
type in Google, you see so many uh, uh, options. Page one, page
and
two, page three,
yeah,
page 10.
yeah.
Just
And
pick
then
your
you can
choice.
see who's the actual scholars from who is
Carol
not.
the atheist. Hello, Carol. Are you not good enough for me? Yes. Can you imagine Jesus? Not really,
Hey,
Fadi.
Carol.
Fadi is making too big. If it started in Noah's time, then only 8 people were alive, so it is
That's
nonsense.
not wise.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, it seems that
This
that's
is
what
this
it's
is big.
used. Yeah.
You know what? Fadi, look out for number one. When we're done with this, we can throw this open. If any
Yeah.
of you would like to join, why not? This
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want this to go on for too long. But these are conversations that,
Interesting.
or we could
Yeah.
do a part two tomorrow. Carry on or something. Yeah. All right. But today we're talking about Jesus. Okay. The Jesus in the Carol the atheist
Right.
says
Is this okay? You
Jesus is
understand
a
what
myth.
is the myth? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
carry on. Let's see.
Yes,
Okay, so it's
Carol.
right. Verse
Correct.
22.
Yeah. This
Verse
made the
22
Jews.
now. This made the Jews ask, will he kill himself? It's a good question. We're here.
Yeah.
All we asked you, where is your father? Who is your father? Now you make this stupid claim. Oh, I'm going. Where I'm going, you cannot come with me. Where I'm doing. Um, we didn't ask you this, boss. Are you trying to kill yourself or what? It makes sense. These people's questions make sense to me,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
said, will he
To
kill
me too.
himself? Is that why he says, where I go, you cannot come? Aha, good question. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Jesus continues. But he continued, you, now bear in mind, guys, Jesus is talking to Jewish people. The people he's talking
Mm-hmm.
to are Jewish.
Yeah.
So Jesus is supposed to be Jewish himself. And these people are Jewish. And Jesus is saying to them, you are from below, I am from above. You are of this world, I am not of this world. I told you that you would die in your sins. If you do not believe that I am He, you will indeed die in your sins.
Mm-hmm. That what he said. Jesus.
Phil,
Well, well,
I'm
well,
I'm
well.
just I'm trying to put myself here right now, just listening to
You
this.
know?
And someone saying,
Mm-hmm.
you, I'm above you. I'm up
Yeah.
there and you're down there. I'm from up there and you are from here.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that you will die in your sin. If you don't believe in me, that I am he, I'm the one, you will die in your sin.
ah, murder. But that the people are asking good questions, but then the audacity of that man, oh gosh, they're asking good questions. But you see,
They're
the way that
asking
the
some
story is set,
good questions.
but the way that the story is set out is trying to make them look as if they are the villains.
Phil, I grew up believing that the Pharisees and the Sadducees were evil people.
Yeah, because that's the way they try to portray in the story. So when I see that, it's like you try and portray these as the evil people, and maybe the Jews too as the evil people for not accepting the ridiculous. They had the right not to accept that ridiculous claims, those ridiculous claims that were not evidential and um, contrary to their law, the law that according to the law and the prophets that God gave them. So they were not wrong,
Hmm.
but it want to make them look as if they're the villains. Ah, boy.
Okay, right. I am not of this world. I told you, okay, I've read all this. And then they're asking him now, who are you? Right? Shouldn't Jesus have told them who he was before making
Yeah,
all those weird claims?
silly, silly
Before
word.
before talking down on them in
Mm-hmm.
that manner. Now they're
Mm-hmm.
asking a very, very important question. Who are you? Just what I have been telling. Let's just listen to this. Let's just listen to this guy. Tell them who you are. Now, look, just listen to this. He says, just what I've been telling you from the beginning. Jesus replied, I have much to say in judgment of you. Somebody, just please, someone needs to help me
Yeah.
because I'm not understanding this. He was asked a question. Who, Jesus, who are you? And what do we get? Since I've been saying this a long time ago, I
Mm-hmm.
have much to I have much I can say about you in judgment of you. Who asked Jesus this thing? Who?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Ah, boy. He's that Jesus is a piece of work, and yet Christians want to make him look as if he is
Saint.
some saint, because
Okay. He
clearly that
says,
Jesus did not have no wisdom.
hmm, okay. I have much to say in judgment of you, but he who sent me is trustworthy. And what I have heard from him, I tell the world. They did not understand that he was telling them about his father.
Mm-hmm.
How can they understand when Jesus is talking jargon? He's talking smack. So Jesus said, when you have lifted up the Son of Man, then you will
Mm-hmm.
know that I am He, and that I do nothing on my own, but speak just what the Father has taught me. The
Yeah.
one who sent me is with me. He has not left me alone, for I always do what he please. I always do what pleases
What
him.
pleases him. Oh
Even
God.
as he spoke, many believed in him. I don't
But wait,
understand. What is there
it,
to believe in this
it
thing, what
been
he has
in
just said?
that what I just said, correct. There's nothing there to believe.
Can you see? Can you see how people come along? The person, this is an addition. This number 30 here. That even as he spoke, many believed in him. Whatever Jesus said here is not enough for anyone to believe it.
And but to believe it,
He
correct.
said nothing.
Nothing. Nothing of substance is a deeper D. Got a lot of fluff, but no substance.
Look at for number one, says 27 is not Jesus saying that. Right, 27. What did Jesus say? They did not understand that he was telling them, yes, that's an somebody has added. That's not Jesus's words, right? I wish we had the
Right.
red letter Bible. I've got the red letter. I have a red letter Bible here actually. Let's see. Where's my red letter Bible? So it won't change anything because you guys can't see it. But I'm curious to see what parts are John chapter
They're
8.
going to have that
31,
those quotations in red. Very
They're going
likely
to
going to
have
have
them
those
in red.
quotations.
So I want to see what
Yeah.
parts are in red and what parts are. Okay, no, this isn't so much the red. Nah, it's just highlighted. Things highlighted. So
Ah.
this is the it's the Poverty and Justice Bible. So everything highlighted in this Bible has to do
Mm-hmm.
with poverty and justice.
Ah.
Yeah, the Poverty and Justice Bible.
Poverty and justice, really. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Gosh.
Right, all right, let's continue. So Jesus said, let's see, what did Jesus say now? Okay, the Son of Man that you know, then you will know that I am He, and that I do nothing on my own, but speak just what the Father has taught me. The one who sent me is with me. Okay, they believed. Right. Here we go, guys. It gets worse. Dispute over whose children Jesus's opponents are. Now, this is the people who are against Jesus. Now, guys, now we ask
Uh,
the question, Phil.
yeah. You want the red letter?
Yes, you found it.
Yeah, I turned on my cookies. So it's John what? John 4
Mm-hmm.
verse which verse you're at now?
I'm on 31. John chapter 8, verse 31.
Well, 8. All right, yeah. I got
The-
red letter because I turn on cookies in my browser. So it is coming up in red. So
It
you want
is.
me
Oh,
to
yeah, you want to
present?
share?
Yeah, yeah,
Please?
yeah, yeah. Um and
Oh,
he
it'd
says
be
verse
interesting to see
31.
Richard
Oh
Madsen.
yeah.
Hey, Richard Madsen. It'd be interesting to see Richard Madsen go
Hi
through this
Richard.
particular scripture. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
guys, please, you must understand myself. I'm I'm what you would consider a fairly new atheist, still trying to find my way around these things. So I may not know it all, right? We just try to decipher these things. We try to pull them apart. And hopefully we try to make sense at the end of the day. We try to make sense of the nonsense, even though there's no sense
You
in
know.
these books. We try. We still try.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Let me open this here bigger. Scrolling a little more. Alright. Good. So that 31.
Thank you.
Yep. So oh, to the Jews who had believed him, Jesus said, if you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciple. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And then they answered him, "We are
Hang on,
Abraham's."
Phil. I
Yeah,
need to. I can't see what you're reading.
you can't.
Mm-mm.
But
It's okay. No, no, nothing wrong. It- no, no, don't worry. Don't because I have it on small screen. It's fine. I'll read
oh,
it in this one here.
oh,
So John chapter. I'll read it here. Don't worry. You
yeah.
carry on.
Okay, okay, okay.
We're on
Right.
31 now, right?
Verse 33.
33. Okay.
Yeah. So they answered him.
Mhm. Now, wait, Phil. I need to read this. I need to take it back.
Okay,
Jesus
okay.
told the people who had faith in him. Now, listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
The people who had faith in him, right?
Yeah.
If you keep on obeying what I have said, you are truly my disciples. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. This is only the people
Mm-hmm.
who believe in him. As for the others, to hell with you.
Yeah. He's on. Whoa.
As for the others, to hell with you.
Oh
Uh,
God.
I tell you, no, okay, verse 33. They answered, "We are Abraham's children. We have never been anyone's slaves. How can you say we will be set free? How can you just come and say we shall be free when we have never been taken as slaves?"
You know?
Right?
Yeah.
And Jesus replied, "I tell you for certain that anyone who sins is a slave of sin. And slaves don't stay in the family forever.
That's
Though the
not true.
son, this is Jesus speaking, Phil. Phil, this is Jesus.
Okay.
No, this is God in the
Mm,
form of Jesus. He's the one talking.
mm.
So
Yeah,
I
contradicting himself as usual. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
And the slaves don't stay in the family forever, though the son will always remain in the family. If the son gives you freedom, you are free. I know that you are from Abraham's family, yet you want to kill me. Phil,
Hmm.
now you see why the claim that the Jews killed Jesus isn't quite far
Mm-hmm.
fetched.
Correct.
Because Jesus himself is
That's
saying to the
insane.
Jewish people, "You all are trying to kill me."
Mm-hmm.
Can you see
Mm-hmm.
you see what's happening here?
Yeah.
Hmm. It says, "Yet you're trying to kill me because my message isn't really in your heart. I am telling you what my father has shown me, just as you are doing what your father has taught you." So
Yeah.
Jesus is telling them, "My own father has taught me, but your father has taught you something different." Phil, who is Jesus referring to as the father of the Jews?
Hmm. I
Hmm?
don't know. Good question.
I do know. I do know what Jesus is trying to say here.
Hmm. He's trying to say is this his their God?
He's trying to tell the Jewish people that the devil is their father.
Oh yeah. Oh
No,
yeah.
because if his own father is up there,
You're
his
right.
own father is the one who's teaching him all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the father? Who's their own father?
Yeah. But
No, 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 Phil. Let's
no, no.
continue. You understand why Jesus is saying this?
Yeah, no, I understand. But so why is he saying that they will do what Abraham did?
But does Jesus not understand that if their father is the devil, they can't believe anything he's saying? They would struggle to
Yeah.
understand what he's saying.
That's why
How does
he's
this not
trying to
make
say
sense
that.
to Jesus? Jesus is like brainless here.
But yeah, no, Jesus is brainless clearly because when
I
you look
don't know.
even at when
I
he
give
said
up.
When he said, if you were Abraham's children, then you will do what Abraham did. Abraham believed, well, the voice he heard from heaven. But because Jesus know this man come and claim, making certain claims, they're supposed to believe.
Phil, Jesus has stood here and condemned these people.
And condemn the people.
He
Yeah,
has told them that they're sinners, that
yeah,
he stands in judgment of them,
yeah.
just for asking simple questions.
Asking simple questions. Yeah,
You've come along, you're
and very
teaching
good
a
questions.
doctrine that we're not teaching. And what do they get in return for asking questions? Condemnation from Jesus.
Condemnation. Yeah, and that's
Doesn't
what
even bother to
happened.
answer the question straight. He's not even straightforward. Just deflects from
That's
the
the fact.
point.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, this is the man that they worship.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but my goodness. Anyway, let's continue. Verse 39 now. The people said to Jesus, Abraham is our father. And Jesus replied, if you are Abraham's children, you would do what
Mm-hmm.
Abraham did. Instead, you want to kill me. Okay, I think I read that part. Instead, you want to kill me for telling you the truth that God gave me. Abraham never did anything like that. But you are doing
No.
exactly what your father does. Don't accuse us of having someone else as our father. They said, we just have one father, and he is God. Jesus answered, if God were your father, you would love me, because I came from God and only from him. He sent me. I did not come of my own. Why can't you understand what I'm talking about? Can't you stand to hear what I'm saying? Your father is the devil. Verse 44. Jesus is telling his fellow Jewish people.
Yeah.
He's telling his
Because you
kings.
don't believe me.
He's telling his own kings people, my own father is different from your own. Yet the same religion would tell you that God created. They will ask you, who created you? Who is the creator? Who create? How did you come about? They want you to admit that God created you, that he is your creator. Then the same God will come and tell them that no, that creator God is not their father. Their own father is different. It's not his own Listen, this is a mess.
Yeah.
So here we have Jesus telling his fellow Jews that their father is the devil. Okay, so verse 44. Your father is the devil, and you do exactly what he wants. He has always been a murderer and a liar. How do you tell people that? How do you tell people that your father is a murderer? That right there is enough to give him a good. You dare insult me? We are here telling you that Abraham is our father. You're not listening to us. Instead, you're accusing us.
Wow.
Okay, it says, okay, your father, he has always been a murderer and a liar. There is nothing truthful about him. He speaks on his own, and everything he says is a lie. Not only is he a liar himself, but he is also the father of all lies. Everything I have told you is true, and you
Really.
still refuse to have faith in me. Can any of you accuse me of sin? If you cannot, why won't you have faith in me? After all, I'm telling you the truth.
But as the Jesus is saying one that says what comes out of It's not what come out of goes into the mouth, but what comes out of man, or basically what the thought sins. So they don't know what thoughts Jesus will be thinking to know whether or not he has sinned or not.
So
This
before
is
Jesus
stupidity.
before Jesus came along, these people were told they were not to eat shellfish, they were not to eat this, they were not to eat that, they were not to eat all sorts of things. Then along come Jesus saying, it is not what you eat, what you take in that defiles the man. It is what comes out of. He completely just messes everything up that they've already been told all their lives. And he expects that he won't get pushback from these people. Phil, you're just saying something about thoughts, right?
Yeah, thought sins.
What's that scripture? What's that scripture you talk about?
Where Jesus, because I think it was the Pharisees accused him. I can't remember which. If it's in synoptic gospels where they accuse his disciples not washing their hands before
Yes.
eating.
What is it? Show me, what's that scripture, please? I need to
Let me
check that out.
see. Um, uh, disciples not washing
Mm-hmm.
hands before eating. Let me see if I find that. Yeah,
Find
we
it.
got it. Mark. It's Mark.
Mark,
Mark
are you going to
chapter
share it or am I
7.
going to
Yeah,
share it?
yeah, I could.
Please share
Um,
it, and if you
I
can
can
read it.
share.
We need to get into that scripture.
Okay, all right. Let me zoom in. Right. So the Pharisees and some of the teachers of the law who had come from Jerusalem gathered around Jesus and saw some of his disciples eating food with hands that were unclean, that is, unwashed. The Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat, and all the Jews do not eat unless they give their hands a ceremonial washing, holding to the tradition of the elders. When they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash. And they observe many other traditions, such as washing of cups, pitchers, and kettles, which is a good thing. So the Pharisees, even though they were doing it for the wrong reason, so the Pharisees and teachers of the law asked Jesus, why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders instead of eating their food with unclean hands? He replied, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites, as it is written, these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me.
Where are you reading?
The-
Hang on. Mark chapter. I can't really see the screen.
Mark,
Mark chapter.
Mark chapter
Matthew.
7.
Mark.
I,
Mark
I,
chapter
I
7. What
suspect
verse,
this might
please?
go verse from verse 1.
Mark chapter 7, verse 1.
Actually, let's see. I prefer the other one that will give me the letter. Let's see that. Right, let me put it here. Mark chapter 7. I doing it through Gateway. I can share it through Gateway. Right, so it will come up in right. Aha, good. All right, let me share this tab instead. Right. So everybody should be able to see that now. Good. So it says the Pharisees and some of the teachers of the law who had come from Jerusalem gathered around Jesus and saw some of his disciples eating food with hands that were defiled, that is unwashed. The Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they give their hands ceremonial washing, holding to the tradition of the elders. There's a cross reference. When they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash. And they observe many other traditions, such as the washing of cups, pitchers, kettles, pitchers and kettles. So the Pharisees and teachers of the law asked Jesus,
Jesus, why don't your disciples obey what our ancestors taught us to do? Why do they eat without washing their hands?
mm,
Wait. Jesus's disciples would eat and not wash their hands. Some
dirty.
dirty. You know what I'm trying to say, but no, let me rein it in. These people were some dirty people. My goodness. Why don't your disciples and why do they eat without washing their hands? Jesus replied, you are nothing but show-offs. The prophet Isaiah was right when he wrote that God had said, all of you praise me with your words, but you never really think about me. It is useless for you to worship me when you teach rules made up by humans. You disobey God's commands in
Mm-hmm.
order to obey. You disobey God's command in order to obey what humans have taught. You are good at rejecting God's commands so that you can follow your own teachings. Didn't Moses command you to respect your father and mother? Didn't he tell you to put to death all who curse their parents? But you let
You
people get
see?
by.
But in the law they say that
Phil,
that they're supposed to stone. The
I'm done.
Hebrew Bible, the Torah says that they're supposed to stone their children if they
Phil, I am done. You know why I'm done? How dare this man?
yeah.
How dare this Jesus? This right here upsets me because you come and tell these people, oh, but Moses told you to do this. Oh,
This,
but
yeah,
Moses told you to do that.
yeah.
Hang on. Who told Moses these things?
His father, as
Who
he
gave
claimed,
Moses these laws?
his father, as he
Who is
claimed,
also himself?
also himself, that's supposed to be God.
Why are we doing this?
You see, so there is a big contradiction, and Christians will claim that they hold both the Old and New Testament. And what the New Testament came to replace the Old, the New Covenant. What New Covenant? Fuck that New Covenant because it's not a New Covenant. Clearly, is no fulfillment of any Old Testament neither. So it is ridiculous. This is clear contradiction. This is anti-Semitism 101. But basically, what we got here is the Christians were trying to make it look as if Jesus fit the Old Testament in some cases, and they're trying to make their somehow doing these mental contortions that just ain't working to fit their to make their Christianity look as if it was ordained by the God of the Old Testament. And clearly, there's major contradiction. Jesus ain't even dead yet. To say buried and dead to rise again. To say that, oh no, there's this New Testament, and he's supposed to be a Jew.
Okay,
No wonder, no wonder they wanted to stone him.
Hang on, what's Fadi getting up to in the chat? Fadi,
I think
can we just behave ourselves, please? Just for the purpose of this, let's just concentrate on, because it looks
yeah,
like there's a bit of going on in the chat.
yeah.
Okay. Guys, I have some good news. I have some good news, everyone. Okay, no, I'll share it later. I'm still trying to figure these things out.
Mm.
Mm, okay,
Mhm.
it's still developing. We'll figure this out. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. Okay.
Mhm.
It has been sorted. Okay, no worries. All right, look out for number one. Thank you. I don't want all of that going on. Okay, let's finish this Jesus story. So Jesus is now telling the people that his daddy gave these people these laws, and now Jesus is saying, "Oh, but Moses this and Moses that. What's wrong with Jesus?" He says, "What? Where did I stop?" He said, "Didn't Moses command you to respect your father and mother? Didn't he tell you to put to death all who curse their parents? But you let people get by
Mm.
without helping their parents when they should. You let them say what they want, you let them say that what they own has been offered to God. You won't let those people help their parents, and you ignore God's commands in order to follow your own teaching. You do a lot of other things that are just as bad." Jesus called the crowd together again and said, "Pay attention and try to understand what I mean. The food that you put into your mouth doesn't make you unclean and unfit to worship God. The bad words that come out of your mouth are what make you unclean." After Jesus and his disciples had left the crowd and had gone into the house, they asked him what these sayings meant. He answered, "Don't you know what I'm talking about by now? Surely you know that the food you put into your mouth cannot make you unclean. It doesn't go into your heart. The food doesn't go into your heart, Phil, but into your
Mm.
stomach and then out of your
Oh
body."
goodness.
But by saying this, Jesus meant that all foods were fit to eat. Then Jesus says, "What comes from your heart is what makes you unclean. Out of your heart comes
Wow.
evil, vulgar deeds, stealing, murder, unfaithfulness in marriage, greed, meanness, deceit, indecency, envy, insults, pride, and foolishness. All these come from your heart, and they are what makes you unfit to worship God." Hmm. Oh gosh, Phil, let's go back
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
to the other one, what we were reading, because
Yeah.
this one we need to come back on another day.
Yeah.
Jesus is
Yeah.
saying,
From Mark 7. Yeah.
Moses says you should put to death
Yes.
people who disrespect their mother and father.
My father. Yeah.
Jesus didn't, you notice that Jesus didn't say it's wrong.
Yeah.
You notice he didn't say that. Some I'm sorry guys, but the scriptures, there's a lot of evil in this book, and I just cannot for the life of me understand how people live their lives according to this book. I honestly don't know how people do it. What verse were we on before?
Right. We
Oh
were
my god.
on. We were on.
Right, yes, I think I right. Okay, we were in verse 45.
Yeah.
Everything I have told you is true, and you still refuse to have faith in me. Can any of you accuse me of sin? If you cannot, why won't you have faith in me? After all, I'm telling you the truth. Anyone who belongs to God will listen to his message, but you refuse to listen because you don't belong to God. The people told Jesus, "We were right to say that you are a Samaritan and that you have a demon in you." Right?
Yeah.
Jesus answered, "I don't have a demon in me. I honor my Father, and you refuse to honor me. I don't want honor for myself, but there is one who wants you to be honored, who wants me to be honored." Listen to this. He says,
Yeah.
"I don't have a demon in me. I honor my Father, and you refuse to honor me. I don't want honor for myself, but there is one who wants me to be honored, and he is
Mm-mm.
also the one who judges. I tell you for certain that if you obey
Jesus.
my words, you will never die." What a claim. I bet these
Yeah.
people would have been looking at this guy thinking
What the mad
there's something wrong with this guy.
madness?
He is cuckoo, cuckoo,
Cuckoo,
cuckoo.
cuckoo. Yeah.
Finally lost the plot. Telling them, I tell you for certain that if you obey my words, you will never die. Then the people said, now we are sure that you have a demon inside you. Abraham is dead,
Mm,
and so are the prophets. How can you say that no one who obeys your words will ever die? Are you greater than our father Abraham? He died, and so did the prophets. Who do you think you are? Jesus replied, if I honored myself, it would mean nothing. My Father is the one who honors me. You claim that He is your God, even though you don't really know Him. If I said I didn't know Him, I would be a liar, just like all of you. But I know Him, and I do what He says. Your father Abraham was really glad to see me.
mm-mm.
Huh?
Really? Yeah.
Your father Abraham was glad to see Jesus. Where did Abraham see Jesus? Please, somebody answer this
I
question.
don't know.
Where did Abraham see Jesus? Please, somebody.
Mm-mm.
You are not
Well,
even
well,
50
well.
years old, they said. How could you have seen Abraham? Jesus answered, I tell you for certain that even before Abraham was, I was, and I am. The people picked up stones to kill Jesus, but he hid and left the temple. I can understand how angry those people were because they they regarded Abraham so highly. And along comes this man to say that even your father that you all worship, or rather you
Mm-hmm.
all revere so much, Abraham, he knows me. He met me.
Really? Really?
He's pleased with me.
So
He,
he got
in fact, he worships me. Huh?
uh
Phil, now let me ask you this question.
mm,
After looking at all of this, can you see how Jesus's views can lead to anti-Semitism?
yeah,
You can see it, right?
yeah. We
The
can.
Bible has a lot of problems in it.
Serious problems.
There is slavery in this book. There is, I wouldn't sit here and boldly say, oh, Jesus was anti Semite. I wouldn't say that. But I can see how
People
that's
can use
possible.
this.
I can see how Jesus's sentiments can be used by an
Mm-hmm.
anti Semite to propagate
Yeah.
the hate, to
Mm-hmm.
spread that message of hate towards a certain people.
Yeah.
And this is why religion poisons everything. It was Carol the
Everything.
Atheist that said it, that religion poisons everything.
Yeah.
We've just read scriptures. Have you seen? Jesus was asked some very basic questions.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Very basic
answer,
good
wouldn't give
questions.
any answers, but would rather
No.
just meander
They meander
around
around.
the answers
Yeah.
and condemn you as he's answering you.
Mm-hmm.
He told them, I can say a lot about you in judgment of you. Why? And this is the loving God that you all worship. He loves you so much, he died for you, but couldn't answer simple questions. And these were his
Wow.
fellows. These were his fellow people.
Yeah.
These were his fellow Jewish people.
Jewish people.
And
He was a Jewish.
the fact that Jesus is all knowing, was supposed to be all knowing. So he, while answering all these questions, would have known that a day will come. People like Esther and Phil will take apart his words.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that he would have been at least a lot nicer, a lot, he would have handled
Cordial.
himself a bit better,
Yeah, more cordial.
more cordial, more, eh?
Yeah, more forgiving.
I don't know. I don't know, guys.
But yet Christians will say, "Oh, Jesus is forgiving,"
Mm,
but it's that this is how abusive person will speak to victims, to people that they will try to abuse. The gaslighting. This is a gaslighting. That's what Jesus was
yes,
doing. Is
yes.
abuse. This is clear evidence that from their scriptures that their Jesus was abusive,
Abusive.
like the father he claimed to be.
Look at this particular. Wait, let
His
me.
father.
There's one scripture. This particular one. When I read it second time, I actually shed tears. I was like, I read these scriptures all this time. How come I didn't see this? How come I didn't see how abusive Jesus was? Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Oh, Matthew 15. Okay. Let me share this here. Are you sharing or am I sharing this?
I was sharing, but you can go
You're
ahead.
sharing. Okay, let me share this, Phil.
Go ahead.
Uh,
You
Let
just gotta
me.
click share. You don't have to stop
Okay, just
using
share.
it.
All right, all right. Okay,
Yeah.
so present. Share my screen. Okay, here. All right, this one here.
This is in this is which gospel?
Matthew.
Oh,
Matthew
Matthew. No.
15,
Okay. Yeah.
21. Then Jesus went from that place and withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a Canaanite woman of that district came and called out, "Have pity on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But he did not say a word in answer to her. So basically, Jesus ignored her. His disciples came and asked him, "Send her away, for she keeps calling out after us." Basically, she's shouting. She's a nuisance. Get rid of her. He said in reply, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house
Mm,
of Israel."
Israel.
That means I did not come for folks like yourself.
Yourself. Yeah.
I came for a special set of people, which you're not one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the woman still carries on. She still insists. But the woman came and did him homage, like basically appealing to his sense and sensibility. He said, "Please," saying,
Wow.
"Lord, help me." How do you? This woman is clearly in desperate needs of some kind of help. The help that has made her come looking for you. Look at the treatment she gets in the hand of Jesus.
Yeah.
He said in reply, "It is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs."
Dogs. That is derogatory.
Hmm. If look, you call me, you tell me that, I'll just tell you, bro, geezer, geezer. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. But the woman
Mm,
still carries on. Says,
yeah.
"Please, Lord, even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters." 28. Then Jesus said to her in reply, "Oh woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish. And her daughter was healed from that hour. So basically, she twisted the arm of Jesus. If she had not insisted, if she had not just persisted, she would have
Mm-hmm.
got nothing.
Yeah.
She even gets called a dog in the process,
Mm-mm-mm.
told that she's not good enough. She's not one of the select few. A desperate woman, desperate for help for her own child, gets ignored, gets treated by your Jesus character.
Yeah.
What a loving God he is. Hmm. What a loving God Jesus is.
Mm-mm.
Right, Phil?
Mm-mm.
Hey, Logan
Mm-mm.
Fisher.
Not at
Logan
all.
Fisher says narcissist Jesus.
Yeah.
Very narcissistic.
Narcissist. Yeah.
And this
Oh
is why
gosh.
we need to deconstruct these
Trap.
things.
Yeah.
Enough
That's
of the bullshit. Enough of the
yeah.
gaslighting.
Gaslighting. That's there.
He loves you. This is the highest gaslighting, in my opinion. He loves you
Mm-hmm.
so much. He gave his life for you.
Mm-mm.
Why would you, why would your love for me require that you die?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So now you want me to be, um, how do you say, when someone does a favor and you're indebted? Yeah, you want me to be
In
indebted
that
to
to
you
you. Mm.
because you loved me so much, you died for me. I didn't ask you to die, bro.
Today. Correct.
Geezer, whatever
Yeah.
you did on that tree, you did of your own accord,
In a
bro.
card. Yep. Yep.
Nothing to do with me.
Mm.
Go talk to your
No,
daddy and leave me alone. For God so loved the world.
girl.
The same God that wants to punish the world by creating the place they will all go and burn for all of
Burn.
eternity
Mm-hmm.
now claims, for God so loved. Please give me a break.
Jeez.
Nonsense.
Oh gosh. Nope. 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 Nope.
And this is where I will have Christians, they will come. Oh, but you're spreading Christian hate. Everything we've done here, we have looked at the claims of the book.
Book. Correct.
This is not directed to any
Any
individual Christian.
individual. Correct.
All we have done is take apart the claims of the book, this book.
Mm-hmm.
We are not anti-Christians.
No.
We are deconstructing
Misconstructing
Christianity.
Christianity. Correct.
So Christian hate, somebody show me where it is, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it anywhere.
As I keep saying, as I always say, you respect the person, but you don't have to respect beliefs.
Yes.
Beliefs are open for criticism, and
Mm-hmm.
Christians try to conflate the two. They think if you're attacking their beliefs, and even Muslims, if you're attacking their beliefs, that you're attacking them, because I guess they hold their beliefs as part of their identity, but that is a serious conflation.
Logan Fisher says that daughter better keep an eye on her pigs at home before
Yeah,
Jesus will go and kill the pigs.
kill the pigs or put the demons in pigs.
Jesus, Jesus just killed those pigs and just walks away like
Yeah,
he did nothing.
and that's probably somebody's livelihood.
Pigs' lives matter. Pigs,
Yeah, and
hashtag
pigs
pigs' lives
lives
matter.
matter, and not
And
only
Jesus
that,
just
but
kill
it
all the
was
pigs.
somebody, and very
Somebody's
likely there was
property,
somebody's property, somebody's livelihood.
livelihood. The
You
people
know,
who were
so
looking after the pigs had to run to go and tell the one that they were looking after the pigs for, say, please, something has happened.
yeah,
One man out in that place has killed all your your
Eh,
livestock, and
Yeah,
he's gone away. Just this is an all-knowing God. He knew that the pigs would die,
yeah.
but still chose. All right,
Oh
don't
gosh.
I? Let's.
But I think, yes, I understand why, some Christians will claim they don't argue the Bible because it raises the cognitive dissonance that they
Mm,
don't
mm,
want to
mm,
face.
mm. Phil, I'll tell you why they don't do it. Just give me 1 second. Uh, there is a scripture, and this is why, as Carol said, religion poisons everything. Um, just give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Ha. Okay, so this one here, right? Okay, let me. This is uh, what scripture is this? No, I don't want Deuteronomy. I want Revelations. Revelations 22:18 to 19. Let's see. Revelations 22:18 to 19. Give me 1 second. Revelations 22. Did I get that right? Yes. 18 to 19. What does it say? Listen to this. Phil, I
Yeah.
want everyone who hears the prophetic words in this book, if anyone adds to them, God will add to him the plagues described in these books. In this book, sorry. If
Mm-hmm.
anyone takes away from the words in this prophetic book, God will take away his share in the tree of
The tree
life
of life.
and in the holy city described in. Phil, can you just imagine someone saying, here, I've written a book. If you wait, if you if you add to this book, God will add plagues to you. The plagues that have been
Mm.
described in this book shall be added to you. If you take away from this book, God will take away your share in the tree of life
Life.
and in the holy city, the city that was described here.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Blah,
Your
blah, blah,
part
blah.
in that city. What kind of gaslighting is this?
Real gaslighting.
Why are we gaslighting people? Why are we?
Abusive.
This is abusive.
Because abusive
They're basically
unfair
telling you
tactics.
you can't question shit in here.
Shit in there,
Sorry,
yeah.
this is the Quran, but you know what I mean. I
Yeah.
bet the Quran too has those kind of
Because
sentiments
to
too.
have those sentiments too.
God.
Yeah, it does.
Guys, you can't question nothing in these books. This is real. It's terrible. Terrible. Terrible.
And then Christians pushing this sort of thing to children.
Mm. So what are your sentiments in the chat, guys? Do you think this is just a question to you? Do you think Jesus was anti-Semite, or do you think his views can lead to anti-Semitism? So what are your thoughts? Just want to know what your sentiments are around the conversation. Phil, what's your sentiments? What do you think?
I think not that necessarily was anti-Semitic. It depends. Depends because as you will see, um, in the Matthew Gospel, where the Phoenician woman, he tell her that he came for the Jews,
Mm-hmm.
but she and her kind are doubts, equating them to doubts. I would say no, but in John, maybe in the book of John.
Hey, anti-social media. Didn't see you. Sorry, Phil. Sorry.
No problem. Yeah, in the book of John, it seems as if it's tending towards that direction.
Hmm. So look out for number one says neither. Racist that Jesus character. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Atheist. Oh,
racist in terms of Phoenician woman talking about doubt.
yeah.
Yeah, that's derogatory.
Calling her,
Clearly racist.
a dog.
That is racist statement. Racist that shows his mentality.
Jesus was a Jew and did follow the law and supposedly schooled rabbis on the law. So I don't think anti-Semitic. But then
It all
he
depends.
he went against the laws.
No, it's right.
There's some
In
of the laws
John,
that Jesus didn't follow.
correct.
Some of the laws that Jesus himself he came and changed them around.
Yep.
He came and said, "No, this is not the way to do it. Do it this way." You know. So, well, hmm,
That's what I say. It
I
depends on who
agree with
you're
Logan
asking.
Fisher. Ah, and the social media. Let's see. Says um, I did the whole. Let's see. Yeah. The Afro-humanist, sorry, humanist, Afro-atheist. I did a whole diatribe in your chat about how Jesus was the original self-loathing Jew. He was a self-loathing Jew. I didn't see that. I will go and check it. Go and see. Would never have thought of Jesus as anti-Semitic. Agree, Logan. Would never have thought of Jesus as anti-Semitic. And this is exactly the sentiment I got from a Jewish person I spoke to. I
Mm.
asked them, and they said they didn't think Jesus was anti-Semitic. And one other
Um,
Jew said they can see how his views would have been could be regarded as maybe on the fringes of anti-Semitism. You know. Ah, but if he was a magician, he also was probably a master manipulator. I missed it. Yes, I did. I did. I miss a lot when I'm here. I miss a lot of things going on in the chat because I'm in
trying
between.
yeah.
I tried to get this other feel this screen.
The
We need to try and
screen.
sort it out so we can.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So that you can see
Okay.
what's going on in chat.
Thankfully, Jesus is a myth. Oh, that makes me. I can
Yeah,
sleep. I can sleep at night
you know.
knowing that all of this here is nothing but a myth. Oh, thankfully. Those are my own sentiments anyway. Those are how I feel about this whole thing. God. Okay. The life of Jesus Christ is identical to the two witnesses. This is him talking to people who have rejected heaven for now, about 6 years, and they have met angels. I do not understand that at all. The life of Jesus is identical to two witnesses. He's talking to people who have rejected heaven for now. And they have met angels. I don't understand that. Phil, did you understand that?
Nope, I don't understand that one. I don't
No,
understand
I
it
don't either. Did Jesus have a big resurrection or just
yet. Oh gosh.
there are scriptures that say Jesus was married? I would never forget hearing that when someone said, "Oh, Jesus was married." I'm like, and we were in a I remember when the youth fellowship, youth group. I was secretary of the youth group, assistant secretary.
Mm-hmm.
And someone said, "Oh, but Jesus, there's a particular book that talks about Jesus being married." And then I'm like, and someone said, "It's heretic. It's don't say it, don't say it. Just
Oh
shut."
gosh.
Yeah. Oh, they
See?
shut that person down quick. They shut it down quick. They said, no, don't say it. They said those books, that's why it's nowhere in sight, because they're evil, they're heretic.
She's brave. Uh,
Sorry, guys.
that's okay.
Oh,
Oh
hey,
boy.
Randolph.
That's yeah,
Randolph is here.
yeah. Hey Randolph. Welcome. Randolph, you're trying to determine whether Jesus was anti-Semitic or not.
Or not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be honest, Phil. I
Oh.
don't think I'm really looking for an answer. To be honest, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to find. Yes or no would not change
Change. Yeah,
anything. Would not put food on my table. Would not.
it's true.
But it just raises the question: why was Jesus being so hateful to his own people?
Mm-hmm.
Why did he speak to them in that manner? Why
Banner.
did he
Mm-hmm.
address, there are lots of questions to be asked.
Yeah.
You talk about a loving God, and then you go and read the loving God condemning the people who ask simple questions like, who are you? Who is your father? Very basic
Yeah.
questions that could have just been answered. But no, Jesus went round in circles, because that's what he did. He spoke a lot in parables.
Yeah.
And he knew that people didn't understand the parables, but still chose to speak in language that people didn't understand. I don't know, what was he trying to hide? Why are we hiding stuff from people? Ah, anyway, guys,
Mm-hmm.
that Jesus character
Well,
is a very
it's
problematic person.
very problematic.
Very problematic, that
Mm-mm.
Jesus character.
And
Let's see. Good
and
Fisher. I think some of the writers of the Bible were anti Semitic.
uh,
Now, that right there, yes.
mm,
But if the man Jesus existed, he probably thought he was
mm,
fulfilling the Jewish
Jewish
law.
law, but that you see, that's the thing. I was wondering, even as a Christian, when talked about fulfilling the law, it's just repeated. But if you really ask, what do you mean by fulfilling the law?
Hmm. How are you
What do you
fulfilling the
mean
law?
fulfilling law?
How are you fulfilling the law when you're anti the law?
Yeah,
You're saying things
things like
against
contrary.
the law. Some
Yeah,
things he agreed with, and some things
yeah,
he didn't agree with. So,
yeah.
hmm, all right.
And then say Moses give them
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Moses
exactly.
received from
From
God
him.
on,
It was
on
him, Jesus, who
him,
gave it to
him.
Moses. Because
Yeah,
if
that
Jesus
he
is
claims
also
to be
God,
God. Yeah, it will come from him. So he's contradicting himself.
okay. And I think we're going to end on this note.
Yeah.
There are people who are being anti-Semites today, and they're holding on to claims from the Bible. I don't know what scriptures in the Bible tells them that a day will come when black people will rule the white people, where blacks will take over some land somewhere. I heard someone say today that if you believe in God, in the future, something's going to happen. God is going to separate the shaft from the wheat. There's a separation going to happen. And these people get these things from the book, from the Bible. It's all in there. We have passages in the Bible that can create the problems. You all heard Kanye West when I did the Kanye
Mm-hmm.
West stream here. All he was talking about was God, God this, and God that. God said this, God said. He saw God, God, God. How is your God able to make you such a hateful person towards another group of people? I don't understand it, guys. I personally don't understand it. I don't. Mm. Let's see. What are you guys saying in the chat? Writers, not Jesus. Aha. So the writers of the Bible. Because look out for number one, Jesus never wrote not a thing in that
Nothing.
book.
Correct.
Thank you for pointing that out. So,
Mm-hmm.
the writers of the Bible, not Jesus. Thank you. That right there is the answer. Jesus never wrote anything. Jesus never bothered to write a book. You would have thought that Jesus was here, who is also God, would have at least written a book to guide the people so they know what they're doing. But no, he didn't care about that. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yes, look out for number one. Yes, nailed it. Exactly. Wheat berries from dingo berries. Yes, it's going to be a separating. God wants to separate. A time will come. Blacks will rule over the whites, and this
Mm-hmm.
blacks are the original Jews. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. The Hebrew Israelites. Oh gosh. Uh, just perpetuating the cycle of racism and
and you know what's sad?
nonsense.
You know what's sad to me? It's just this a group that has been marginalized itself.
Yeah.
You would think that they would have learned from what they went through as a people. You you can't get very far by hating on other people. You can't get very far by black people are still suffering from the
Mm-hmm.
pain of, and now you now want to propagate that hate onto others. Anyway, guys, I hope I'm not upsetting anybody in the process, but we need to have these conversations.
Yeah.
Right, Phil?
Yeah. You can't bury your head in sand. You can't bury your head in sand
Imagine,
anymore.
imagine me just sitting here and saying, I want black people to one day rule. Why?
Why?
I
What
I
reason?
get it. Okay, the systemic issues around race,
But then that's
racism, all that, but not the, the solution is not to now whatever they're
to
spewing will
reverse.
not, yeah, will not solve the problems, would
No,
it?
no, it would not.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. Oh well. Well, guys, I thank you
Thank
all very
you.
much, and once again, channel members and supporters. If you would like to support the channel, the links are there to support. Um, we have Steve McQuay, manager, Perilla Time, Jerome Lockhart, Udrak Adiadu, P. Shani for Life, Ian Davenport, Logan Fisher, Dr. Cyrus, Quilly Kush, Cynthia MacDonald, and let's see here, the Caribbean skeptic, secularist, also known as Phil himself. Uh, oh, someone's about to launch.
Oh,
Okay. Hey, I see something in the chat. Let's see. Anti-social media
anti-social
says,
media.
please
Yeah,
subscribe. But can you please put your link in
just
the
a
chat,
link in.
please?
Yes.
Let's all go ahead and subscribe. Please put your link in the chat and we all will.
Thanks, Randolph.
Yes, thank you, Randolph. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go and follow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you already subscribed. Okay. I don't know if
Mm.
I'm subscribed or not, but please put the link.
Yes, please put the
Yes.
link.
There we go. Thank you, Randolph.
Thank
Subscribe.
you.
Done. Guys, please make sure to.
Lovely.
Oh, look at the birds. Oh, wow. Hang on.
Let's see.
Blessings from above. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. Something to go watch later on. Okay. Bird on a leash. Okay. All right, guys.
Oh,
It's time to go. It's late. It's late over here. Time to go
yeah,
get some sleep. Yes. Ian Davenport,
yeah.
thank you. Yes. Thank you very much, everyone. And we'll see
Mm-hmm.
you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you.
Do you have a moment? And this very second, I know you feel the beat. Do you feel the rhythm all the way? Can you see the vision? Everything in this world will be okay. Can we be together all the way? I know you feel this movement right here. You just be vibing, reaching for something within you. I know you feel this movement right here. You just be vibing, reaching for something within you. Nights in California, fly passing homes, yeah, right by sunset colored skies. Chilling by the ocean, driving up the mountain, soaked in the endless beauty all of you. You know it feels alright, alright, alright. Yeah.